"Anthony, this banana is excessively large. It's too much for me to consume entirely. Greetings to all. I am Dylan and I have reached the age of 24. Since my early years, I have been an orphan living with my dad. My mother departed from this world because of a grave illness, leaving my father and me to rely on one another. The years of my childhood unfolded under the warm embrace and unwavering dedication of my father. My father is Charles. He embodied the roles of both father and mother, striving to fill the void left by my mother's absence. Life flowed serenely, wrapped in the comfort of routine, until an unexpected day arrived, altering the course of everything. The journey began at the threshold of adulthood, as I stepped into the vibrant world of university life at the age of 18. That moment served as a significant turning point in my life, symbolizing my growth and my emergence into the broader world. The memory lingers vividly in my mind, the sense of bewilderment that enveloped me as I stepped away from the warmth of my cherished home, leaving behind the comforting embrace of my father to confront a new life brimming with challenges. At that time, I was merely an ordinary girl, blissfully unaware of the intricate layers of love and relationships. My spirit was untainted, brimming with a yearning to discover, eager to absorb all the fresh experiences that university had to offer. In those formative moments, a sense of novelty and thrill permeated the air. I forged connections with a diverse array of individuals, exchanging unforgettable tales and cherished moments amid the lively chaos of the lecture hall and the clamor of the dormitory. There were instances when the ache for home became almost unbearable. Whenever my thoughts drifted to my father, a profound ache of longing enveloped my heart. His image lingered in my thoughts, tending to my needs, recounting tales of my mother during tranquil evenings. His eyes, perpetually tinged with sadness, yet brimming with love, haunted my memories. All was well until that fateful day. A day etched in my memory forever. That was the pivotal moment that shifted the course of my life, transforming everything I had ever known. This moment marked a significant shift in my journey into adulthood, presenting a formidable challenge to my core beliefs. I had shed the skin of the innocent girl who once embraced only joy and the simplicity of life. On that day, I embarked on a journey to confront the intricate emotions that arose in circumstances I had never anticipated. Yet, in this place, I forged connections with others who were embarking on their university journey alongside me. Yet, they stood apart from me. They were not ordinary girls like myself. They possessed an innate understanding of navigating the vibrant nightlife, engaging in thrilling gatherings, and embracing the essence of it all. They were aware of the dynamics between boys and girls. In a modest dormitory room at school, we cohabited, our limited space brimming with laughter and a tapestry of endless tales. Initially, I was completely unaware of those matters and kept to myself, feeling timid and withdrawn in their realm. Yet, as the days unfolded, I found myself increasingly captivated by those pursuits. During the weekend nights, our room buzzed with an energy like never before. My friends adorned themselves with makeup, selected their most exquisite dresses, while the lively music resonated from their mobile phones. Their eyes sparkled with excitement, igniting a sense of curiosity within me. Slowly, I found myself captivated. The vibrant discussions surrounding gatherings and fresh adventures stirred a longing within me to be part of it all. Initially, I embarked on this journey with a desire to explore, to immerse myself in experiences that were entirely foreign to me. The first time I stepped into a bar with them, I vividly recall the rush of exhilaration intertwined with bewilderment as I crossed the threshold into a realm alive with pulsating lights, booming music, and the vibrant sounds of laughter echoing all around. I positioned myself beside them, savoring the cocktail my friend had handed me, as the subtle bitterness unfurled across my palate. Nights like that slowly transformed into a familiar scene. As I took on the role of an observer, I immersed myself in the vibrant scene, clasping hands with my friends as we twirled and reveled in joy and boundless laughter. I discovered the art of sipping from them as well. Initially, it began with mere sips from small glasses, but soon it escalated to downing an entire glass without a moment's pause. The memories of those late nights flood back. When we stumbled into the dormitory, laughter spilling from our lips and our legs unsteady beneath us. Voices animatedly recounting the amusing tales we had just lived through. The exhilarating sensation of liberation and defiance coursed through me, igniting a vitality I had never experienced before. I am no longer the naive girl who stepped onto the university campus for the first time. I have traversed a threshold I never imagined I would. Through the gatherings, I slowly unraveled the essence of love, a notion that had once been merely an indistinct idea. At a classmate's birthday celebration, I encountered a new friend. For the first time, his smile and eyes quickened the rhythm of my heart. I distinctly sensed the genuine resonance of love. In the quiet hours of the night, we found ourselves immersed in lengthy exchanges, weaving together our personal narratives and aspirations for what lay ahead. In a moment that was both unexpected and magical, love found its way to me. The inaugural year of university life flew by in a whirlwind of vibrant, ceaseless days. I came to the realization that I have transformed significantly since my arrival here. Once a timid girl confined to the realm of study and modest aspirations, I transformed into someone who embraced boundless joy, savored the sharpness of wine, and felt the fervor of music resonating within my soul. As the first year drew to a close, we bid farewell, each carrying away fragments of our shared memories and impressions, forever etched in our minds. As our roommates departed, a serene hush enveloped the dormitory. As everyone heads back home to relish the summer vacation, an odd sense of emptiness washes over me. The absence of laughter, late-night escapades, and the sharing of long tales in the dark has made me acutely aware of how accustomed I had become to that vibrant lifestyle. Everything began for me the moment I crossed the threshold, the instant I set foot inside the house. I observed my father seated, engrossed in the flickering images of the television. His gaze remained locked on the screen, oblivious to my presence as I quietly re-entered the room. As I observed the scene unfold before me, a playful notion crept into my mind. I decided to stealthily draw closer, intending to startle him and craft a delightful surprise. I moved quietly, each step deliberate and soft, as I inched closer to him. As my hand hovered near my father's shoulder, poised to deliver a playful scare, he unexpectedly spun around, seized my hand, and drew me into a warm embrace. "You returned without a word to me." His voice resonated with a comforting warmth. We erupted into laughter, the atmosphere charged with surprise and joy. I gazed at him, pondering the mystery of how he sensed my approach. Upon my inquiry, Anthony gestured towards the mirror that was positioned in alignment with the television. I pivoted and beheld the cause. The mirror mirrored my every action, revealing my intentions to him from the very beginning. Laughter erupted from me, a delightful mix of embarrassment and amusement swirling within as I uncovered this revelation. Anthony chuckled, his eyes sparkling with the familiar warmth and affection that I had come to know so well. After a delightful exchange of laughter and conversation, I rose to my feet and informed Dad that it was time for me to retrieve my suitcase and return to my room. He nodded, a soft smile lingering on his lips. I strolled toward the luggage area, enveloped by the tranquility and warmth of the home, a sanctuary rich with memories and the profound love my father held for me. The afternoon air held a serene stillness, yet it was far from dull. Dad's presence infused the moment with a vibrant energy that animated everything around us. As the sun dipped below the horizon, my father and I gathered around the table, sharing a meal in the serene stillness of our home. I started to reminisce about the memories, the days that had unfolded at school throughout the past year. We shared laughter, exchanged amusing tales, and at times, he would offer a dry smile, gazing at me with affection in his eyes. In this moment of clarity, I came to a profound realization. My father, approaching the age of 50, possesses a striking handsomeness that is undeniable. He continues to possess the physique of a youthful man, likely due to his passion for exercise and the rigorous daily labor that fortifies his muscles. He donned a tank top that showcased his impressive bulging muscles. In that instant, I beheld his beauty and strength, captivated by an unusual gaze. In that instant, I found myself gazing at him, my eyes locked in place, while my thoughts spiraled into a whirlwind of confusion. In an instant, my father's vibrant voice jolted me from my reverie. "What occupies your thoughts?" Startled, I offered a slight smile and shook my head in disbelief. "No, I don't believe I have any thoughts on that." Father and son exchanged smiles, their eyes reflecting a shared joy. Father remarked, "You've only spent a year in school, yet you've transformed significantly." I nodded, a smile spreading across my face as I replied, "You're all grown up." That night, as I lay in bed, the vivid image of my father's strong muscles surfaced in my mind, leaving me in a state of confusion. It was unexpected, the way my father's image etched itself into my mind, lingering there like a haunting melody, refusing to fade even in the darkness behind my eyelids. The following day, the oppressive heat of midday was intolerable. As I settled into the living room, an uncomfortable sensation crept over me. Drops of sweat trickled down my back, and despite my fervent attempts to cool myself with a hand fan, relief remained elusive. Each gust of wind that swept through felt as though it vanished immediately, swallowed by the relentless heat. Charles, the man who captivated my gaze each time he immersed himself in his work, had departed early this morning to attend to some matters and only made his way back at noon. The suffocation stretched on interminably, each cell of my skin teetering on the brink of combustion, unable to endure the torment any further. I made the choice to enter the bathroom. The water cascaded coolly, caressing my skin, each drop swiftly sweeping away the heated frustrations that clung to my body, enveloping me in a sense of comfort. The sensation was so delightful that I nearly lost awareness of my surroundings, even neglecting to close the bathroom door. Every drop of cool water cascaded down my shoulders and along my back. Every wave of water appeared to tenderly embrace, easing the fiery ache within my heart. I shut my eyes, allowing the soothing sensation to envelop me. The atmosphere was saturated with the gentle murmur of flowing water, accompanied by the rhythmic cadence of my own breath. My mind wandered to those moments when I caught fleeting glimpses of Charles through the window, observing him as he immersed himself in his task, every gesture confident and deliberate. His gaze sharpened. Since I stepped into the realm of university, a transformation stirred within me. The admiration I once felt for him slowly morphed into a profound emotion that eluded definition. Yet, an unusual sensation washed over me, compelling me to open my eyes, a palpable sensation of another presence, eyes fixed upon you with unwavering focus. I pivoted my gaze and became still as I locked eyes with Charles. He had made his way back at some moment, now poised at the threshold. His eyes locked onto mine from the narrow opening of the partially ajar door. His eyes remained unblinking. His face was locked in an unnameable expression, a blend of astonishment and an elusive emotion that eluded my attempts to articulate. My heart raced within my chest, each beat echoing the urgency of the moment. My legs felt rigid, immobilized and unyielding. My breath came in fits and starts. A heavy stillness enveloped the room. The only sound that lingered was the gentle flow of running water. Every second elongated into infinity, and in that instant, we both understood that we had traversed an unspoken threshold. In that moment, the stillness shattered as I found my voice, quivering with uncertainty. "Is that you, Anthony? Welcome back." Charles found himself jolted, as though he had just emerged from the depths of a vivid dream. His eyes glimmered with a clear sense of bewilderment. He blinked in quick succession, scanning his surroundings as though he were hunting for a justification for being there. His hand gripped his back firmly, the strap quivering subtly in sync with the cadence of his movement. "I apologize, I didn't consider that." His voice carried a low, fractured quality. His gaze averted, yet the flush on his cheeks betrayed him. We remained in that position, suspended in time. In the midst of the oppressive atmosphere enveloping us, the gentle trickle of water played a subtle jest, a reminder that we were teetering on the brink of something forbidden. I tightened my grip, sensing the chill of each droplet cascading to the ground, struggling to contain the nebulous feelings that surged within me. A gentle breeze wafted through the half-open window, causing an involuntary shiver to ripple through me. This sensation was a blend of humiliation and torment. He glanced at me again, our eyes locking in a silent acknowledgement, before he pivoted and rushed back to the living room. The silence enveloped the space once more. Yet my heart continued to race, a tumult of confusion and chaotic thoughts swirling within me. Emerging from the bathroom, I wrapped a towel around myself, droplets of water still shimmering on my moist skin. The hazy steam in the room swirled outward, intertwining with the sweltering air of that sultry afternoon. As I stepped into the living room, a rush of adrenaline surged through me, my heart racing at the sight of him. Charles sat there, his shirt clinging to his body, soaked in sweat. His gaze locked onto mine for an instant, a flash of red before it darted away, as though meeting my eyes was an insurmountable challenge, a stark reminder that I was no longer the innocent girl I once was. An overwhelming surge of audacity washed over me. I approached him with a smile, each step laden with longing. Sitting beside him, the space between us was so minimal that I could feel the warmth of his breath brushing against my cheek. "Did you catch everything just now?" I murmured with a faint smile, as though this were merely a light-hearted tale. Charles tensed, his brown eyes shimmering in the glow of the living room light, a fiery red, his face contorted in a blend of shyness and awkwardness. He hesitated, grappling with the elusive words that remained just out of reach. "Anthony, oh Anthony, it simply isn't," he muttered, his fingers gripping the fabric of his shirt, attempting to conceal the mounting tension within him. Once more our gazes intertwined, revealing the conflict within, an intricate dance between logic and feeling. "Don't avoid me," I murmured, my gaze locked onto his for what felt like an eternity. The distance that lay between us felt as if it were suspended in time. He swallowed, his parched lips parting as if to utter a word, but then he hesitated. The boundary separating right from wrong was increasingly fading from our view. Charles inhaled deeply, his hands trembling ever so slightly as they settled on my shoulders. "This won't do," he murmured, his voice barely above a whisper, as if confiding in his own thoughts rather than addressing me. Yet I refused to let him halt. An unusual, potent sensation coursed through my being. His eyes met mine with a hint of uncertainty, yet they revealed no unmistakable indication of refusal. I found myself unable to resist, my hands instinctively rising to frame Charles's face. I drew him nearer, pressing my lips against Charles's quivering ones. The unexpected jolt caused him to tense momentarily, but it was a fleeting reaction. After a brief pause, I sensed his lips react, tender yet fervent. As our breaths intertwined, I sensed that the unseen connection we shared had faded away. Charles had cast aside all doubt. He enveloped me in his arms, drawing me close with a strength that made his heartbeat resonate against my skin. As the outside world slipped into oblivion, it was just us, enveloped in the vivid sensations of the moment. Is it not? I could sense every thundering heartbeat, every wave of warmth as Charles's fingers glided through my damp hair. "I shouldn't have," he whispered one final time. Yet, his voice was overwhelmed by a tide of emotion. I remained silent, my gaze locked onto his eyes, where the glow of surrender illuminated the moment. In the blink of an eye, we found ourselves lost in a deeper, more fervent kiss. All constraints and logic were cast aside for eternity. From that moment forward, every boundary that once separated him from me vanished completely. We collided with one another, unreserved and fervent, as though the outside world had faded into oblivion. In the days that followed, the house transformed into our sanctuary, a realm where all fears and reservations melted away. With each entrance, his smoldering gaze quickened the rhythm of my heart. I could sense each quick breath, each powerful motion he made, as though he aimed to imprint his essence upon me. Initially, a sense of nervousness and the dread of being uncovered began to seep in. Yet over time the fervor dispelled every concern. We existed in a whirlwind of fervent desire. Every gathering became an opportunity to delve into intertwined feelings. He had a way of making me forget the world around me, guiding me to a height of ecstasy I had never known before. The house transformed, shedding its quiet demeanor to become a witness to the most fervent, passionate moments we shared. Time slipped away. Each afternoon, as the soft sunlight streamed through the window, I found myself waiting for his return. Every fiber of my being stirred to life at the sound of his footsteps. The thrill of anticipation sent a delightful flutter through my heart. Our encounter wasn't merely shrouded in darkness. In the quiet of the mornings we shared, our gazes intertwined with a depth of understanding. I realized I was profoundly in love, and there was no turning back. We remained entwined, clinging to one another through each fleeting moment until I completed my college journey, as though time had frozen, leaving just the two of us to whisper the smoldering secrets within those walls. Now, I find myself uncertain about returning to the way things once were. The existence I once embraced, deemed tranquil, was irrevocably transformed by this captivating connection. I found myself adrift in a tempest of feelings and recollections, uncertain of what was right and what was wrong. As I reflect on the past, I find myself pondering whether I can ever reclaim the purity and straightforwardness of those times, or if the marks of those experiences will forever linger in my life. I would like to share my thoughts with all of you. Resist the allure of temptations that may arise from unexpected sources and individuals. Instances of spontaneity can offer you brief happiness, Yet the cost might be your tranquility and what lies ahead. When confronted with a pivotal moment between logic and feeling, reflect on whether it is truly worth sacrificing the core values you have cultivated. Value your possessions and ponder thoughtfully before making a commitment that could result in remorse. Do not allow fleeting instances to eclipse the promise of what lies ahead. Powerful feelings can swiftly lead us to overlook the lasting effects. Trust, loyalty, and sincerity form the foundation upon which the sustainability of relationships is constructed. Each choice we make carries its own weight, and the persistent whisper of our conscience can be the most challenging wound to mend. Reflect on those in your life, the ones who hold affection for you, and consider your own being. Do not sacrifice your tranquility for a fleeting impulse. Emotions possess a captivating beauty, yet they can swiftly misguide you if left unchecked. Approach each decision with clarity and strength,